On today's episode of The Front Row, we are at Robinson Strings with owner and proprietor Charles Olivier, who, in addition to providing this wonderful service to our community, is also the resident expert in tango, having a radio show about tango, performing tango, and a performance that we're going to tell you all about today, all on today's show. So thanks for tuning in. Charles, welcome for being our guest on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
Well, first of all, let's just talk about you a little bit and your relationship to tango. First of all, what is tango, and how did you get involved in it?
Yeah, of course. So tango is a Creole music. So in anthropology, Creole is just a mix of various ethnicities and cultures that come together. All around the Americas, that means different things. But in Argentina, that was the mixture of Italian, French, African American coming all together to make tango music.
Well, when I think of tango, I think of Argentina.
Exactly, yeah.
But it's actually a myriad of things.
Yeah, exactly. And it's also pretty much the Rio de Plata is the big river. We kind of think of it almost like the Mississippi for us. So it's a big river that comes out into a big bay. And Uruguay is on one side and Argentina is on the other side. And that's really where tango came from, is that area. Not just a specific country, but really that Rio de Plata area.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, it's so interesting. It's ongoing, right? I mean, this is an art form that is current.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Not only is there new music happening all the time, new different styles that are coming out of various places all around the world, but it's also a music that is being taught. There's workshops all over the world that you can go learn about tango music, the style, all that kind of stuff. Not just in Argentina, all over the world.
Right. What's your history with tango?
Yeah, so when I was studying at Texas Tech, we did a tango opera. And I was the assistant for that opera. And when we were rehearsing the music, I love the music. But it was when we actually did the performance, there was a bandoneon player that came. And the bandoneon player is kind of the accordion of tango music. It's not an accordion. It's in the accordion family. It plays like an accordion, but there's some differences. And one of the differences is the thing that actually makes the sound in the instrument is a zinc reed instead of an aluminum reed. And so zinc is a heavier metal, which makes it have a more mellow, very round, romantic sound instead of an accordion, which can feel piercing at times. So it's this beautiful, round, lush sound, and it was like love at first listen. When I saw and heard that instrument, I just said, that's what I want to do. And so ever since that moment, I've spent countless hours in practice rooms and reading and studying tango music.
Right. So you're not just a performer, but you really are like intellectually inspired by this. You have a radio show, right, about it, and you have a performance that's coming up this weekend at the Cactus Theatre, right? Yeah. So give us all the details.
Yeah, of course. So it's on Friday, the 13th, and we are going to be, the group is Tango Llaneros, and that was a group after that opera that I talked about. A lot of the musicians loved that music and wanted to continue doing it past what we were doing in the class. So we actually formed a group, Tango Llaneros, and ever since then we've been performing all around the United States. We've even performed in Canada. A lot of us have gone to Argentina to study, and that group has been performing almost 10 years now. And so it's really cool we started in an apartment room rehearsing, really small apartment, all close together, and now the group has just gone, like I said, all over the United States playing, and now we finally we don't have many chances anymore to come back to where it all started and just really give an amazing concert. This concert's going to be at 7:30 at the Cactus Theatre, and we're going to kind of be exploring through the music and through the culture how tango came to be known for passion and romance and the dance and all of that kind of thing. So
will there be an opportunity for dancing?
We will not be there will not be any dancers on stage, but just like every concert that we've played at, if there is spontaneous dancing in the aisles, we encourage that kind of thing.
It's a dance form.
Exactly. It's a type of music that makes you want to move.
Right. Sure. Yeah. How many people does it take to play in a tango ensemble?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. Think of it kind of like jazz, because they actually came up about the same time. They have the same influence of coming from a Creole tradition. So you can have a solo piano playing a tango, and it sounds like tango.
Yeah.
You could have a quartet, which is normally piano, bass, double bass, violin, and bandoneon. That's a typical ensemble these days. Playing, and it goes all the way up to, and the first half will just be Tango Llaneros, and then the second half is going to be Tango Llaneros and Friends. We're inviting some of the really, really prominent string players in our community here in Lubbock to come, and we're going to be making what's called an orchestra típica, which is a typical orchestra, which is multiple string players, a bandoneon, and a piano. So we're going to have this huge, lush orchestral sound on the second half. It's going to be great.
Do you have rhythm instruments at all? Can that be part of the concoction?
It can be, but that's kind of what makes tango unique. Is it's out all of my study of world musics, it is probably the only dance music that has no percussion instruments, which means that a lot of the instruments that we play them just a little bit differently so that they feel percussive at times.
Right.
Yeah.
They provide the percussion.
Exactly.
And the professional percussionists can take the night off.
Exactly, yeah. So you're going to hear a violin have beautiful romantic moments, but then just like very bipolar switch to this very percussive sound. The bass player at times will be, throwing down a bass line, but then you'll see them maybe tap or hit their instruments in various ways to make this feeling of being a percussion player.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Where do you get your arrangements? Do you use arrangements or do you make your own? How does that work?
Yeah, so it's kind of a mix. A lot of the times, a lot of these arrangements, and it kind of comes from the culture. This is we're going to use it as the word popular, but popular as in like Spanish is of the people. So this is a folk-ish music. It's been commercialized, but it is a folk music. So there's arrangements out there of these pieces, and it's just for you to play. They don't think of it as like you have to like own this piece of music. They just have libraries of music, and it's just expected that if you're playing this music that you got to treat it seriously with respect and play the music and study all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we have arrangements, but just like many folk musics, what's on the page is only half the equation. The other half is studying and listening and doing the things that you hear coming from the orchestras of the past and doing it to that music.
Right. Great. Friday night at the Cactus Theatre. Give us all the details.
Yeah, so 7:30 is when we're going to be starting, Friday the 13th. There's a lot of different types of tickets, so you can have right close up to the ensemble, you can have far away if that's what you enjoy, but just like all of the great venues in town, there's really not a bad seat in the Cactus. We love playing. We love that we're having the opportunity to play there because it feels like a very intimate space. Yeah, it's not huge, which means that you really have a connection when you're playing with the audience. So we're very excited.
Great, wonderful. How can people get tickets?
Yeah, so you can go to the Cactus Theater's website. So if you just Google Cactus Theater, find their website. I was looking this morning. We still have a couple tickets left, but it's usually that first link that pops up when you search Cactus Theater, and you can just go from there.
Okay. Well, Charles Olivier, it sounds so exciting and so much fun. And we wish you best of luck on your concert and, of course, in your business as well, and all of your travels that will take you everywhere. It's great. We're so glad you're in Lubbock and doing all this cool stuff, and it's wonderful. So thank you very much for being our guest on this show today.
Thanks for having me.